Welcome back to Are You Seeing This? I have Courtney again. Yay! And
I'm
our
back,
podcast. This will also be on our podcast, the Women's Knockout News podcast. Yeah. We're a little bit behind on there, but we're doing it. We're gonna get it up there soon. For today's video, I thought we should just kind of review the Queen and King of the Ring, all the results so far, and our predictions. So it's kind of like a week in review, but also a prediction video. And I'm gonna just start it off by saying my predictions have been so far off this entire time, which I'm kind of happy about because you guys know I like the unpredictable results, but also I'm like really confused and all over the place. Like I have no idea where my predictions are gonna lie at this point, just based on how everything has gone so far. What do you think, Court?
Sounds good to me. Everyone knows I've been dealing with a lot of stuff, so I have been keeping up with it. However, am going to follow along your lead with who has been in these matches because the only ones I can remember are Lyra and Tiffany and Bianca just actually going at it during their match. So
yeah, so I wish I had the little pyramid thing pulled up. Do you have the pyramid pulled up or the brackets?
Yeah,
I think
pulling up
you do
right now. Yeah.
Right, cool. I wish I could share it. Can you send it to me?
Yeah. No, I don't want actual rings. What is going on?
If we could go like step by step, that'd be really cool. But if not, it's not a big deal. But I think it was like Lyra versus Zoe was the first one for Raw. If we're just speaking about Raw, it's women's first. We had Lyra versus Zoe. I was kind of shocked that Lyra beat Zoe. I'm just gonna put it out there. Honestly, I've been kind of shocked with all of her wins. Even though I think Lyra's really good and she's a very sweet wrestler, Zoe's just a powerhouse to me. She's kind of, she's very strong. She's been there longer. I was kind of shocked by that one. Did you see that one, Court? Did you see her? Did you see Lyra beat Zoe?
I did. I was really shocked about that one when I saw that because I did go back and watch some of the matches on YouTube. I was really shocked by that just because I was expecting Zoe to take the win just because of how long she's been on the main roster. I was very surprised that they gave it to Lyra right off the bat. So, but I'm a huge fan of Lyra, so props to her. Nothing against Zoe Stark. She just doesn't do anything for me. But it was a good match.
Oh boy. But yeah, I know Zoe gets a lot of hate for some reason. I don't know. I don't know. I wish we could pinpoint why, but there's just something about her character that doesn't really resonate with the viewers. Unfortunately, it resonates with me. I like the tough girl act. I like how strong she is, and I like to see the actual skill. So I'm about the skill. I like to see what they can do. I'm actually going to see if I can share this now that I have the. I don't know if I have it. No, it doesn't let me. Hold on, I have to open it. But yeah, I found it. The Queen of the Ring, the bracket.
I found that.
Oh, good. Send it to me. I just have to like open it on my end, I guess, and then try.
You guys are coming along for the ride with us as we troubleshoot doing this together.
Sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry.
You also just saw me drop my notebook. Hot mess today, guys.
Definitely. Okay. It's not letting me do it. It's a photo, so I don't know how to share it. I don't want to share my whole screen because I got stuff on here. I want to do all that.
Well, don't say it like that. Then they're going to be like, well, what's in it? What's on your tabs?
They will think like that. I have a lot of businesses, you guys. So there's a lot of tabs. Ooh. I have a lot of bookmarks, unfortunately, for me. But yeah, I don't think it's gonna let me because it's like a picture. So unless I do something like I don't know how I would get it on there. It's okay. I'll edit all this out because I'm like I really want this to work. It's like, okay, it's doing all this weird stuff. But yeah, I was really shocked by that. Because I really like Zoe and I felt bad. I like really felt bad for her. I feel like she's trying so hard and not really getting where she wants to be.
In order for her to keep getting over with people like she did in the beginning, she has to kind of stay quiet like she used to. Just because one of the times that she did speak out, it was against Jada and using like her butt. So there's a lot of like criticism behind her, and that's why people aren't necessarily getting behind her at this moment. Is just from what I've seen, people feel that she, in a sense, body shamed her and said that she really only uses her body as a way to get over, which I think was wrong. But
yeah, I agree. And she also, I think she said it about Lola too, because that's why Lola, if you see her now, Lola's doing all the booty things and the booty she's like, I don't care, whatever works is working, so let me do it, But yeah, okay, so obviously Lyra advanced, and I think Zoe beat Ivy, which okay, like that kind of works. Lyra beat Dakota, which is again, these are veterans. There are people who shocked by that too. And then of course everybody was kind of shocked by Io Sky. I mean, at least I was shocked that she
I was speechless. I had no words, and you know me, I have words for everything.
Yeah.
So I didn't have words for that. I was shocked to shit just because I was like, oh, well, she's going to take this, and she's the genius of the sky. There's no way she's not taking it. And then Lyra hit her with the 1, 2, 3, and I'm like, oh, yep, nope, she's done. Nope, she's out of the tournament now.
Io Sky, like I don't care what anybody's. I don't care. Like I was shocked, and honestly, if I was an Io stan, like just like I am a Bianca stan, if I was an Io stan, I'd be mad. Like I'd be really upset. Like, dang, everybody's like, well, you guys want us to push the new talent, but then don't want them to get over on certain people. But it's like, that's a big person to get over on. Wasn't she just champion? Like, just champ. So she beat out Io that quickly is kind of shocking. They don't really do stuff like that often, So
not anymore. That was like a blast from the past for me because like you'd see these people on winning streaks for like a year or months at a time, and then boom, they're on a losing streak for the next year, month or a couple months or so. And I'm like, this is very remnant to, back in the day. And yes, take portions of back in the day, do that because it's great. Keep going. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, they gotta know what they're doing with people, and they don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah, I feel like they don't know what they're doing with Io. And it sucks because she had such a great video package.
She did.
I really liked her video package. It was cool. Okay, let's look at Smackdown then for the women. This bracket to me has been much more interesting in terms of like who they have been pairing up with each other. I'm sorry, but I love it. Obviously Bianca had a squash match with Candace, I think it was that was obviously going to lead with Bianca kind of winning that one, but I don't care. I will say it till I'm blue in the face. I'm so happy for Bianca for beating Tiffany Stratton. I know that was like actually one of the bigger matches. I'm surprised they let us have that so soon because I know Tiffany Stratton, I remember her saying in an interview that her dream match is with Bianca. So she got her dream match, and unfortunately for her Tiffy time was up. And it was Bianca's time. Bianca took the crown on that one. But their match was incredible. Oh my gosh. Like I could watch it over and over again. Like I'm just like shocked by their chemistry, and because they match up so well, they could hit each other kind of hard, like they go harder when it's like someone of their stature, their size. And so it actually looks like a real fight. It was oof.
It does.
It was really good.
I think parts of it were actually real because on parts where the camera would zoom in on Tiffany and then it would zoom in on Bianca. There are times where I was looking at Tiffany's face, like when the camera would pan over and she would just look like confused at why she got hit the way that she did. And then Bianca would hit her with another receipt. And now this is me just talking and most likely a reach, but I think they did that because of what Tiffany reposted.
Uh-oh.
The repercussion of that. So, especially in this day and age, and this is why I think that, because Tiffany was on such a really high momentum, like winning streak, like just high momentum every week, pick up the win. But now all of a sudden, after she makes that one repost, she's now losing. And she's now getting hit with actual receipts. And in the back, Jade was actually pissed. Like she was calling her, like she's like saying, don't let that bitch cheat. Don't basically don't let her win. And I was just like, oh, okay. Yes, Jade. We love it. We understand why you're mad at her. But why is Bianca mad at her? But like within that match, it was just so intense, and that's why I loved it. Because if Triple H was smart, like I believe he is, he's using that repost to build momentum into a feud with the two of them. So I think that's really smart. Now, I don't think the repost was smart, but I think what they're doing with the repost was smart.
Yeah, I don't know how she could have not heard what was on the repost, just unfortunately for her, because I mean, with all the laughing emojis and the smiles and stuff, I feel like, you know, it was heard. Yeah.
She knew.
So it definitely was just a bad mistake on her, and she took it down right away. Because unfortunately for them, they have a lot of eyes on them. So whenever you do something that people don't like, it's an immediate response. She saw the immediate negative response and had, you know, took it down right away, which was good to see. But I don't know. I think fueled even more resentments between, you know, the girls a little bit, which adds to a great match. They probably are okay behind the scenes. I think, you know, but I think it just builds up the storyline in a great way. Because it's like now we want to punish you a little bit. You got to get punished a little bit. And for those who don't know, for Bianca to get this win over Tiffany in Jacksonville, Florida, you guys, if you know, you know, okay? Jacksonville, Florida. So it meant more to me than just a normal like roster win, you know, main roster win. It was like, to me, it was a big win for Bianca because it just proves that she's stronger right now. She's over. She's, you know, she's more of a veteran. She's more skilled at this point than Tiffany, you know, so she has more experience under her belt. And I wanted to see Bianca win. And there's just a lot of, I don't know why, but there's a lot of Bianca hate online, and I cannot stand it. And to see Bianca like overcome all of that, no matter like what the crowd response is and like, you know, all the negativity they throw at her, she just always overcomes double team, triple teamed, injury angle, and still wins. Like those type of moments, I'm just like, this is why Bianca is my favorite character. This is why Bianca is my favorite wrestler in the whole roster. I'm like getting sad or like I'm like getting cried. But I just relate to her story so much, to like go through so much in life and still overcome and prove everybody wrong. You know, like, she's my favorite. But obviously she won because it was her time, Bianca time. And, you know, yes, boom. Did you see my video I posted? I was like screeching. Screaming. I'm like, what is happening to me? I don't think I've ever screamed like that in my life. I'm like, I don't think I could replicate that right now. Like, I was so excited and like breathless. Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm like so nervous after the match or whatever. But I was like, oh my God, I'm truly a Bianca stan at this point. Now I know how you guys feel, okay? All right, but let's look at the other bracket here with Jade and Nia. I was with the Nia and Naomi match. It was really good. I was kind of sad for Naomi, I'm not gonna lie, but I wanted both teams to win. So
I thought for sure when I agree with the whole Naomi not winning. I think she definitely could have won over Nia Jax, but I was definitely thinking like, because I was just looking at the next bracket, which was Jade versus Piper. And I was like, if she could have taken Piper in her stature and still won, she
Yeah.
could have taken Nia in her stature and still won too, because they're roughly about the same size and they're roughly about the same height, give or take, a couple inches. So
Yeah.
I was really shocked when they had her lose to Nia
By DQ.
by disqualification of all things.
They just don't want us to have the Bianca and Jade match, which is so stupid because to me, that's what's going to build tension within their tag team. And that would have been a great moment to, because if they don't have tension, they're just going to be tag team champs forever. And then, and then we won't have them on a big stage. Of course, they can like force something to happen, but I don't care about, you know, waiting until a main event or whatever. They will still, even if they put it off or like they had one and then they put it off, that would still draw in a lot of people. People would want to see Jade and Bianca. It doesn't matter how many times. Like it's like John Cena versus The Rock. Like I don't know. Like you still want to see it. I don't know, but I know that they're doing it for money purposes and they want it like to draw in the most amount of people by having them fight. You know, like for the first time somewhere big. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to see that. I wanted to see Bianca and Jade just to see who they would put over right now. But Bianca versus Nia, honestly, I feel like Nia might take this one because Bianca has surpassed 3 rounds or two rounds with the injury angle. I just don't think, as much as I love my girl, I don't think she's going to make it another round with the injury angle. Unless I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't know.
No, I think you're right, because then that would send her into the finals match with Lyra. That would send her into it being injured. And I get at that point it would be like a 50-50 shot. But we all know once Nia gets in that ring with Lyra, there's no way in. No, I love Lyra. Don't get me wrong. There's no way in hell Lyra's taking that.
I think if they did that, it would make every match Nia has ever had with anybody else look weaker. Because it's like she just got beat by a rookie. And after main eventing Elimination Chamber, like, you know, she literally main evented an Elimination Chamber and lost to one of the more powerful, dominant women we have. So it's like, well, now it just looks like that win wasn't that dominating, you know, because she just got beat by someone who just came on. So it just, obviously the size and all that doesn't matter, apparently, to WWE. A small person could beat a big person and the lore of WWE. But like I said, they have been so unpredictable. I just don't know what they're going to do. And then at the same time, I can't see Bianca not being at Saudi with a match. So it's like she's always there. She's always in Saudi. So if Bianca does win and she loses to Lyra, I would be very upset. I'm so sorry. I would be very upset. So I kind of just don't want that to happen. I'm like, I just want them to use the injury angle now then against someone like Nia, who is a dominating, powerful force, you know, already established already. But honestly, if it's Lyra versus Nia, I think Lyra has a really good chance of winning. Like, I don't know why. I just feel like they're pushing her. They're trying to get us used to her beating some of the more veteran-like people on the roster. I feel like she might be Queen of the Ring. I saw a post that said that they're trying to like make this like the old days and push the newer talent, you know.
If that's the case then, but they also at that point when they were pushing new talent, they would also push old talent as if they were new talent too as well. So that's why I really don't know what the hell they're doing with Michin, because as far as I know, she's bouncing from SmackDown to NXT, SmackDown to NXT. It's like, you've already proven that you can reinvent careers by sending people down to NXT. Just send Michin down to NXT for the full time then. Because if you're going to have her down there, it makes, she has no story on SmackDown. Other than that she's with the OC. That's it. But the OC is not doing anything. Whereas when she's in NXT, she's the forefront. All eyes are on her. And she has a real shot at winning this North American Women's Championship. So, because on the main roster, she's just getting jobbed out.
Yeah.
Like, every match she has, she doesn't win.
I don't know. They're definitely dropping her. I don't know what they'll do with her. I don't know. Hopefully with NXT run will boost her back again, or
I hope so too.
Who did Shayna go against? Oh, it was Zelina. Did they actually go? Because I think Zelina was hurt, or did they actually go against each other?
No, Zelina ended up getting hurt. I think she was at a house show, I believe. And I think she got injured during one of those shows. So it ended up taking her out of the tournament, which I think is unfair, because if they're going to let Bianca wrestle injured, let Zelina fight for her crown injured. Let her.
She might be actually hurt though.
Yeah. And I know for a fact Asuka is also hurt too.
Yeah. They have Natalya as well. Yeah. Natalia's didn't make it through, which I really don't know what they're doing with her either. Natalya and Mia are kind of like on the same page, like going back and forth with NXT and stuff. So.
But with Natty, I don't even think sending her down to NXT would even do anything. Just because it's her name alone that keeps her like where she is. Given, I think it would be a good thing for her to go down to NXT. I just don't think they'll ever do that. They'll like drop her down full time, just because I know she's also an ambassador for them too. So she helps train like the recruits and stuff like that. And I know she also runs her own gym. But yeah, seriously, WWE, y'all need an angle with her, because I've seen Natty red hot before. I've seen those feuds. They're great feuds. They make me hate her. We need more of them.
Just wait until I just thought about it. I'm like, just wait till Charlotte then gets back. Charlotte's gonna be back one day. What's her name? Alexa. Alexa might come back one day. I just saw Carmella, one of her posts recently. She's all fit and stuff. Oh, I miss her too. She's hilarious to me. I miss Carmella. But okay, what about the men's? Did you find one of theirs? I think I actually have it here.
I didn't find like what the bracket looked like. I just found the website that broke it down.
I found it. I found one. Twitter. Good old Twitter.
Good old Twitter.
Everything. All I did is literally type in Queen of the Ring, and someone had posted like both brackets now, like an updated one. I know.
Always down on Twitter.
To be so fast too, man. They're just on it. Oh, not my stomach. Wait, okay, I have to open it. Oh God. I swear. Did it save? Yeah. All right. All right. King of the Ring. Gunther. Obviously, I feel like everybody knew Gunther was probably going to be the guy to make it through all of these rounds.
Uso. Sorry. I just looked at Jay's name. It's not even his name. It just says Uso.
So obviously Jay, he beat out Finn, which Finn, poor Finn. He's kind of like Natty right now for some reason. He's like a veteran, someone who's been there for a minute that is really good, but not getting the credit. But anyway, he beat Finn, and then obviously we have to talk about the controversial Jay versus Ilya.
Oof.
Oh my gosh. Twitter was in shambles. Do you hear me? Shambles. They were disgusted, sad, just I don't know, like having breakdowns on the feed, bro. Like, I'm like, y'all, it's okay. Like, it's okay. I know it's very, hard to believe or whatever, but that's the story that they want to go with, and we gotta accept it, but I think honestly Ilya probably should have won. Like Ilya, now if anyone is coming from like that rookie position to like, it's Ilya. Like I felt that he deserved or could have been a believable opponent for the end. Now, Gunther versus Ilya, I definitely feel like it still would have been Gunther probably. But again, that's a big match that they don't want to do yet.
Yeah.
What do you feel about Jay versus Ilya?
I thought that one was actually pretty good. I knew Ilya just with how athletic he is and how like I don't want to say bendy, but like how like agile. There we go. There we go. With how agile he is, like he just goes from like the top rope, jump, then like just he as a whole. I knew that one was gonna be a good match just because of like how high flying and agile they both are. So when I saw that, I was like, whoa. Good job, guys.
Yeah. So were you okay with the outcome of it?
I was okay with it. I knew they weren't gonna have him go any further than that.
Because it would be Gunther and him, right?
Yep. That's why I knew they weren't gonna send him any further.
Yeah. So you guys, it's probably just for the storyline. It's okay. Realistically, Ilya probably will beat Jay on a regular day. And I'm a Jay person. You know, I love Jay, but I think that they kind of just mispaired along the way somewhere. Like, you know, along the way somewhere here. They could have made him lose to somebody else, I think would have been better. But I just feel like he has more in his toolbox than Jay does. Jay has like a few movesets, but you know, Ilya is just kind of like a wild madman, crazy person. I don't know. He's
a wild card.
He scares me. Okay, so then we had Kofi. Kofi beat Ray. Is that Ray or who's Mysterio?
Ray Mysterio.
He did.
Yeah.
Oh, in a live show or something.
No, I think it might have been a live show because I don't remember seeing that match. But I think it was at a house show because I don't remember seeing that match. But I remember seeing videos of that match, just not like televised ones.
And Gunther beat somebody else. I don't Sheamus. That one was televised. I do.
That one was televised because that was the opener. That was the opening match for the whole tournament.
And then Gunther beat.
Yep.
Sadly,
I was so sad when I saw Kofi lose to Gunther.
I know.
That was sad. I love Kofi.
They always put on the best matches, though. They're so good together. Like seeing them in person, I was like, oh my gosh, they're just like going back and forth. Without the commercials, I'm like, how do they have the stamina for this? This is a lot. But yeah, he still hasn't beaten Gunther. It's kind of like that Chad. He's like in that Chad effect. Sorry, Kofi.
Gunther was the bully from the beginning. Chad just done with everybody and just being mean just cause.
He's looking a hot mess too, doing it. Picking on my Maxine. All right, so then obviously Gunther, well not obviously, but Gunther beat Jay. And I felt so bad for my Jay. He didn't even get to tap out. He just got suffocated. He got
suffocated.
He got suffocated. He got whatever you call that, knocked out. I don't know. But my poor Jay didn't even get a chance here. He got put to sleep. That was it. All right. What about Smackdown? Tonga's made it through. Like they're pushing Tonga.
Yeah, they're pushing Tonga. Like I have a feeling he's gonna be on top here in a very short while. Just like Lyra. I already knew Randy Orton was gonna take it between AJ Styles and him, just because it's Randy Orton. I knew that they were gonna take that. I unfortunately knew they were not going to bitch out Carmelo Hayes to Baron Corbin. So that was a really good match, though. I already knew Carmelo was going to take it just by the momentum that he's at. And then LA Knight, does that say Escobar? Yep, that says Escobar. These are my new glasses. I'm still struggling to read.
Honestly, I feel like... Go ahead. What were you saying? Sorry.
No, you're good. Santos versus LA Knight. That one wasn't really an interesting match to me, just because for some reason it did not interest me. But I was glad to see that they gave it to LA Knight instead of Santos Escobar. Tonga versus Dawkins. I already know. Fortunately, I love Dawkins with all my heart. Love the Street Profits, but I knew they weren't gonna bitch out Tonga to Dawkins.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought Randy would take his in his class, either him or AJ. I do want to get an AJ push one day, though. Hopefully, we'll see him because I love AJ. And then Carmelo Hayes, he's just doing so good. He's literally going up against people he probably watched as a kid. Like, can you imagine that experience? Like, how uncanny that would feel, like, to be going up against people that you used to play video games of or something. Like, that's crazy. And he's just main evented 2 Smackdowns. Like, he's just, I don't know. They are pushing him, and his aura, his confidence, it always comes across on the screen. So I think that's why he's doing so well. But with LA Knight losing to Tonga, I was very shocked by that. Because LA Knight, they were really pushing him for a long time. And now it's kind of like he's losing his momentum. He's not as... So that's kind of troubling to see for him. I'm shocked. I wanted it to be, or I thought it was going to be Randy versus LA Knight. So I'm kind of shocked by that. But out of these two, with how fast they're pushing Tonga, I don't know. He might actually have a chance here. But I think it's going to be Gunther versus Orton. That'd be really cool. I think that'd be really cool.
Gunther versus Tonga.
Or that, yeah.
I also think the reason they didn't, give it to Jay was because it would have had 2 members of the bloodline going at each other already. And like you said before, they're saving that for like a pay-per-view, a big pay-per-view like WrestleMania, SummerSlam type thing. So I think that's also why they didn't give it to Gunther over Jay. Because realistically speaking, if you look at that match, it could have gone either way. So I think that's also why they didn't give it to Jay. But I think Tonga versus Gunther would be a good match, given there's no story there. There's nothing there. But there would be a little bit of a story between Gunther and Orton, just because I think they did have a feud at one point, whereas Tonga and Gunther are 2 completely new people to each other.
And they're both, to me, they kind of fight similarly. Like,
they do.
Like, happy. Randy, a little old school, but I still kind of see Gunther taking it all. I think Gunther's going to take it all. We'll see.
I think he would too, just because it would kind of re-solidify him as the top dog. Just because for the longest time, the only way that he was affiliated with being top dog was him carrying that Intercontinental Championship for so long. And being King of the Ring will give him that added step. And if I'm not mistaken, make him a Grand Slam champion? No. No. He was never a tag team champion. So he's not.
Okay, so we think for the men, the King of the Ring is Gunther. And for the women, who's the Queen of the Ring? I think they're going to push Lyra, but
I'm going to go with the safe option here. Nothing against Lyra. I love the bird. So don't get me wrong. Because our gimmicks were the same. I am a bird too. I'm gonna go with the safe option and say they're gonna give it to Nia Jax.
Ooh, that's my girl too. I like Nia, so I want it to be Nia, but I think it's gonna be Lyra. So those are I guess that's my prediction. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see on Saturday.
Oh, do I have to get up at like some weird ass time?